Hello everybody, this is Dr. Mike here with this is a quick demo that I used to do in person on a class I used to teach on network, and the topic was security. And I thought I could do a nice little demo video because it could apply to several classes. And really the idea is to show the dangers of insecure services. And second of that is really bad passwords. So this demo here I do have a virtual environment set up here. I have Windows 2000 leased to your server. This is set in a VM, and it is running something called Telnet. So Telnet is a sort of remote access utility, which actually tells you right there. You usually log in remotely, done over like Windows terminal and or using some sort of command line utility like PuTTY or something like that. So Telnet's insecure, and even more often is the password. It's not also the bad password; it's how this is configured. So three things here: one, of course, insecure service; two, bad password; and three, misconfigured service. This service is running under the admin account. So I'm going to come over here. This is an older backtrack system, but this will work for the demo. And probably one of the biggest things we want to do is reconnaissance. So now nmap is definitely one of the main tools. And for this demo, I'm going to use something called nmap, which is just sort of a GUI wrapper around nmap. It's a fantastic tool, and actually I've used nmap before too. It's nice. So in case, I can see I'm on the 192.168.12 network there, based on my net mask. So understanding your network configuration is very important. So what I'm going to do is probably just do a quick, let's paste that there. So I'm lazy, right? We'll do a /24 on that. Got to finish the IP address, so .0. So we're going to do a 24, which is the 255 host sweep on the in the .0 there of this 192.168.12 network. I'm going to just do a quick scan. So starting broad, doing a broad sweep, and you can see it comes up pretty quick. I have still running, but I'm getting some results back. Now this was, the broader the sweep, the longer it takes, and of course nmap can be noisy, so a quick scan or an ARP scan might be better. If I do a more in-depth scan, I could kick off alarms, but take that out of the demo. This demo really is about the finding and exploiting of a bad password. So this is stuff in these two servers here. We have W2K R2 internal 1 and internal 2. I noticed internal 2, which is this server here, which you see is running Telnet. So let's minimize that for now. It has Telnet open and running. So I'm going to go ahead and make .11 my target. So I've done from what was a larger scan for quick scan. I'm going to go ahead and move this now to with nmap. I'm going to shift my focus just to .11. That is a very good target. I'm curious about that telnet, and I'm actually going to go ahead and just hack this here and make a service scan. So now this isn't always positive it'll work, but if I can get version numbers or information from my target, good stuff. I mean, man, the value of knowing the version of an open service, specifically in secured service like Telnet, can really be of value. So it takes longer to run this, but it will hopefully allow me to get information. So with the magic of my screen capture here, we'll pause and come back. Okay, so we did get back just Windows XP Telnet D. There's no version number there, but we know it's running, And it can be good. So you can capture traffic. We could definitely call Wireshark. And we can actually start capturing that network. Now, Wireshark is going to be very, very noisy. So, but I could at least now filter for TCP for that port. So we can filter for port 23 for Telnet and maybe capture the credentials. Now, this is, of course, is a lab environment, so it is pretty quiet, as you can see here. I have a browser running here, and just to show, of course, another insecure protocol is our firewall, which is running our network firewall systems running on HTTP. So if I log in with this, say no, let me stop this, stop. I can filter on HTTP, and we can definitely probably get the username and password that was sent over our connection. So we can definitely filter for this kind of stuff. You can see how easy it was to capture. Now again, capturing live, the live packets from a very noisy network is going to really be a lot more noise on you then versus log out here. Versus find some other ways to get in. But again, we have insecure protocols on this network. Not only did I find that here, of course, with my scan, we found it. If we were to look around and look at our entire network, we'll find that there is open, insecure services. Now let's go and take this telnet as our next target. So I'm going to use that to my attack. And I might want to maybe, I can always nmap it too manually just to verify it. But we're going to go ahead and create an attack on this target here. So what we're going to do is maybe through some, we're going to do a password attack. And we're going to go ahead and create a dictionary. Now, we're going to use, for our attack, we'll use Hydra, but just any general dictionary is going to run for a while. So yes, I could pause the video again and let it run for a while, but I'm going to create a custom dictionary. And I'm going to say maybe a little more reconnaissance, maybe a little social engineering. Maybe just somehow I got an idea that they have bad passwords in my target. So I know they use the word p@ in there somewhere with the @ sign, but I'm not exactly sure if they have numbers or letters. So I'm going to actually create a custom dictionary. And in there I have some password lists. So word lists come in many forms, and one of the big ones is the RockU. I'm going to go ahead and take this list here. It won't fit on the screen all the way. I'll just put some wraparound probably. And take the RockU.txt. I'm going to pipe it to grep. I'm going to go ahead and grep out uppercase p@ss. I'm going to create a new one called just pass.txt. Let that run. So, if I was to do a word count -l on, that, if I was a cat, let's do this. Up arrow, pipe to word count -l. RockU's got, oh shoot, what is that? Going to the comma, 14 million entries. That's coming for a while. And again, we're going to create a lot of noise. But if I was to cat out our pass.txt and do a word count -l, 74 now, yeah, that's relatively limited. And creating custom dictionaries, I might do that. I might go into this and actually maybe append this or with like the top 100 worst passwords, things like that. But again, so we have some things here. We have some, or I might actually create my own algorithm, create password 0 through 999. So there's a lot of ways to create custom dictionaries. In academic sense, when I teach this, it allows us to complete this hack in a time step for an actual class. So a 45-minute, hour and a half class lecture time with this lab. So, but for us also, the intent is it's nice to have the ability to actually figure out, maybe through some other methods, ways to create a custom dictionary to maybe make a more focused attack. And we'll see that here. So Hydra is going to be our main thing here. So Hydra is a really great tool. It can be used to attack different services with different types of attacks. So, so first off, two things you need for authentication. First one, username. Second one, password. Username's easy. We're going to attack administrator. And unfortunately, even this on Linux, root and administrator, you already know the username. So, so the -L, V's for both. -L's are sort of a login credential or login name. Administrator, I'm thinking it out loud in my head there. And then -P is I'm using a password list. I can do a lowercase p, I think I pass in one password at a time. But we're going to use that pass.text we just created. And we're going to focus at our target here, which is 192.168.12.11. And we're going to attack the telnet port. So again, Hydra's got all kinds of options. You definitely can explore those in the documentation. So kick that off, and we'll see if it's a verbose attack, and see the tries is going, and we'll come back in a second after the pause. And we're back. So, well, actually, it was pretty quick. I only paused for enough time to clear my throat. So, we got a hit. No surprise. So, login administrator password p@ssw0rd. So we got a poor password. So you could get one or more. Now, still want to verify this. So I might do is actually kick off telnet 192.168.12.11. I see the service is open. So let's log in as administrator. ADMINISTRATOR. And we could try to log in as administrator and also manually log in just to verify what the tool set it found is true. So p@ssw0rd, and we're in. So it worked. So again, I'm using this really basic service to go ahead and do this. Now I'm in. I actually have access now, and I actually have administrator access. So there we go, documents and so on. So that right there, administrator access is really, that's the win we have. But let's go ahead and take it to the next level. Let's exit this, and let's kick off Armitage. So we're going to do Armitage Demo here. Armitage is a pretty cool tool. It really is a GUI wrapper for Metasploit. So I'm just going to use the basics here. We're going to use a local yes, run as needed. So get that fired up, and we'll come back to it in a second. All right, so it fired up. It just took a minute for it to fire up. It went through and it created its framework. You can see it has a few windows here. Again, I'm not going to here to talk about Metasploit, which is a very deep topic, or Armitage all around. I'm just going to really give a quick demo of it. What we can do. So knowing we have access, we could definitely kick off like another MFS scan here, 192.168.12.11. Do our scan, let it finish. Of course, it'll find the target. You can see it's found all kinds of stuff here. So it found its target, so we sort of established a target within Metasploit or Armitage here. And what we can do is we can create a login. So where we have the credentials, thank you, from Hydra and our password attack. So we can go and do login PSEXE attack. And again, there's a lot of stuff here. I don't want to go into all the aspects of this, of Armitage or Hydra, but S-T-R-A-T-O-R. Did you get that right? Password was P at SSW0RD. And hopefully I got it right. We'll launch. You see we have the console. We have different tab consoles for different things. So the key here is this. The console, that's our main, we can do manual stuff here if we want. This is our scan, and our exploit console, you can see, has actually opened an interpreter session. So that little, we got it, of course. But so we're using the credentials we leveraged from our initial attack in this next phase, which is our exploitation. So, so we have it all in there. We're in. Now, of course, the big thing is you want to get loot. We can do all kinds of stuff. So first off, we could do via our interpreter shell, we can, all kinds of dump hashes, which is a good one, by the way. Uses as a pivot point. If you want to pivot from this to look at other stuff, maybe it's fun. Actually, maybe it's log keystrokes. So I'm just going to leave this. These are the basics. It's kind of stuff you set manually in Metasploit. We're just going to take it as is. You can see here. Let it run. It's actually doing exploit.exe, and we'll start recording. And there we go. So it's saving stuff to a loot folder. Windows host key. It's got information about the IP address, date timestamp, .text. But also, it will just get where it's over here. So if I type in admin and pf sense, I think it is. You can see it's already capturing keystrokes. In fact, there we go. So pretty fun stuff. So if I was able to capture this, maybe this is HTTPS. I have it now. At least I have a name and password already now. So, and of course, if I, any kind of keystrokes, even if I don't save a file, if I just have this here and I save this as passwords, if I can spell correctly. You can see even catches backspaces. So if I save this to my documents, I get a name. So again, I'm catching stuff live here in the window. I'm even though it hasn't been saved yet, I'm catching any live keystrokes. And of course, we can actually access other things too here. The interpreter access. Dump hashes is a good one. We can steal the keys. Dumping hashes is great. Registry mode's a good one too. We can also just explore desktop BNC, browse files, and there we go, system 32. So we can go up a level. Let's go to the C drive, users, administrator, documents, and there's that password text. We can upload something. So we can upload a file. If we want to maybe upload a malicious file, all kinds of sneaky stuff. So in case, that's a quick end of the demo. And again, so what we have here is a series of things. One, of course, being insecure services. Again, Wireshark, I could capture all credentials and just look for telnet, look for that port number, and just over time, someone's going to log in, and I got their credentials. Bad password. So I could easily create a short password dictionary and use that to get admin access. And of course, misconfigured service. So it's smart to run any kind of access service, not as administrator, but run it as a non-admin account. So If for some reason I need to have Telnet running, I have it locked with a good password, locked under an account that does not have administrator access. So this admin access is definitely, admin shell is the